Before we get into today's video, we now have a balance mod feedback form that is in the description below, where we would like to have your feedback on the balance mod if you can be bothered to fill out this form and give us some feedback on what you think. So thank you and enjoy today's video. Hello and welcome to another coaching video. Today we'll be looking at the Brazilian player, at least I think it's Brazilian. It's Rodolpho, the Pyro, playing on blue on Dust Bowl. So first mistake, you're not Red Demo Man. So he writes to me in email, HiGPS, how are you? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Recently you have asked on YouTube if the gas passer is good in balance mod. Well, I am average player and I could do one thing or two with that, so I guess it's good, XD. Would you like to analyze it? I rewatched this match and wow, I made a lot of mistakes. And that's this video. So that's what we're going to be looking at here, his plays and stuff as Pyro. So this is actually on the Brazilian balance mod, and this is a partner server run by Oh Yeah community, is what they're called, which is stationed in Brazil, and this is not creators. So this is just pure balance mod, so nothing additional to download there. So if you're looking for Brazilian servers, check out this. So onto this game here. So there hasn't really happened too much in the beginning because as a Pyro, when you do use the gas passer, you have no mid-range play whatsoever, which means you are good in close range and that's it. You don't have any gap closers like, you know, thermal thruster or, you know, the detonator to kind of close the gaps and jump on your opponents. You kind of just have to walk there. And, you know, in Dust Bowl, it's extremely favored for red, and being a Pyro with no range, it's going to be pretty difficult. But we're going to look and see what he does, because, you know, eventually they're able to push through here. So in the situations, I wouldn't probably not have gone Pyro. But there he goes, he finds this Pyro and wanted to slap him, but then he gets away. So here I would just run forward and just WM1 him, I would say is the most thing. But he goes for the style points and gets exactly 0 style points. But it didn't matter, that Pyro was pretty dead anyway. So they go ahead and capture, and here we have the first usage of the gas passer. Goes in, gets a boom and kill on the engineer. A Kuro nerd, yeah, serves you right. Kuro nerd, what a nerd. God, what a nerd. And then they're just gonna go and attack here. So he's going with the medic. What I would like to see him is spam medic a lot more to just get that overheal, because you can see the medic is kind of ignoring him at that point. And I think in TF2, if you're playing with a medic, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So if you're just spamming medic like all the time, medics should heal you. It also gives you the position where the medics are. So here they're about to push into the last point. There's a lot of stuff here, so very good move there by backing out. There's like tons of stuff. He's like, yeah, I can't really do anything about that. I'm just gonna roam around here for a bit. And oh, my team is pushing with an Uber. Then he goes in, backs him up, throws the gas, everything goes boom, and they capture and they win. Pew, 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 pew. I forgot to activate the freaking soundboard, but imagine air horns. Pew, 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 pew. Yes. Then we're on to the last stage here on Dust Bowl. We didn't see the first one because he just started recording from the second one, so I'll be fast forwarding here a little bit. You can see here, he's just, you know, dancing, having a good time. Ideally, what you want is just to run up and see what the enemies are doing, like what they have. But there's not much you can do about it, so I guess they will have sentries. You know, that's kind of normal. So there we go. Gonna go out here. He's also using the sharpened volcano fragment for the boom. He doesn't use it a single time, so he'll probably be better using maybe the power jack or hot hand like he did in the previous round. Gonna go back to spawn and then just run into Phlogistonate or Pyro. Good thing the gas passer stays on you even if you die, which is kind of necessary because it's hard to do anything as a Pyro when you don't have any mid-range pressure whatsoever. You have like this one AoE thing that can be really good, but most time isn't. So makes a good move there where he does just so much stuff and he needs to throw it, but there's nothing to really throw it on. There's also, you know, a sentry. There's literally nothing he can do at this point. All he can do is kind of just run back to spawn, get health, run out, and hope that his team accomplishes something. So ideally, maybe switch loadouts here, but if you're like, no, I'm going to use this for an entire round and see how it goes, then absolutely that's justified. So he goes in here and actually runs past while the sentry is wrangled. That's actually pretty good. Not a lot of players do that. There he gets Uber, and then he just kind of has to go. He goes, sees a lot of stuff here. So here throws the gas, forces the Uber. That's pretty good. And then he's like, well, he's not going to get anything, so he gets the dispenser, and then he dies. So I think that's good. You know, all of the others were kind of scattered on the other side, and the dispenser was really the only thing you could do, right? And the heavy is like, there's a limited how much air blast you can do and get him away, because he will literally just walk back after you're dead. So it really didn't matter at that point. So far, so good. He's keeping on the pressure. Like here, you can see what I'm talking about when you have the gas passer. So at this range, you can't really contest the group here because you have no neutral. And that's like a fighting game term. So neutral really means is like, how can I hit the enemy without them hitting me? And most of the classes in TF2 have this sort of thing. Like, you know, sniper is probably the most extreme things. Like, yeah, I'll just stand in the back and I only have to worry about other snipers and spies. Right, but with Pyro, when you don't have a shotgun, don't have flares, you don't really have anything, it's hard to, you know, engage the enemy without getting hit yourself, and especially attacking into groups, like you saw there in the past. So a nice sap from the spy here, and here's a very good situation. He's by himself, I think. I don't think he has any teammates. Yeah, that's a medic. It's just him. Just this Pyro. Just Rodolpho. Comes in here, gets the gas, and look at all this damage. He's done a lot of damage to all of these, thanks to the gas. And he's just holding down the M1. Right here, I would have liked him to throw just an immediate second gas, but he waits a little bit. And then he throws the gas because he's about to die, but his medic, you know, Mono Yasuo, just freaking saving his ass. And things are good. Does manage to get the capture, and then he probably just take a swig of water or a victory dance or something. Stays here for a little bit, and then he goes on. So, right here is probably a very good spot for a gas passer because it's literally a hallway. Here we have medics with Uber, so I would kind of turn around here and look and see what the medics are doing. Like, we have Uber, we can just go. Like, Ubering this Pyro here, you know, Rodolpho is a very good choice because the enemies can't escape, but he's being a bit passive because I think he's low on ammo and he just wants the ammo before attacking, but I think he could have afforded to just go with the heavy. And now the heavy's dead. It died a few seconds ago. So he's being a bit hesitant, and here comes an Uber, and here you just gotta go. So what I would like to see from Rodolpho here is just to go in with the Uber. Because the medic will flash you. You can see he gets the flash, and then he does something very good. He just goes up here and sees if they have anything worthwhile, which there is none. There's like no teleporter, so he knows this area is clean. And look at this. The medics run into the gas, and then he lights them all on fire, and he gets a nice cascade there. Very nice usage of the gas passer there. Probably there's no follow-up, but he did do a lot of damage there, and showcasing that, like, you know, the gas passer has its own meta. It definitely has its own playstyle. Takes some getting used to. But there it's like, well, I'm going to throw the gas where the medics will have to run if they're pressured. And if they get shot, they're just going to take 45 damage because it lingers quite a while. So that's pretty good. But he has gas once again because he did hit that nasty, massive gas pass on the point there. So here, he can just kind of, yeah, he can negate this. I would have liked him to see just to air blast this heavy away, but I guess this works too. Like, just let the dispenser go. And here, fantastic opportunity to just throw the gas. So being a bit hesitant, but finally he throws the gas, goes boom, he backs off, waits for the heal. The medic's that's, you know, almost Uber. He just keeps going. Here he's like, there's no reason to stop. You just go. There's no brakes on this train. And then he... This is what makes me yell at people. The medic has 100% Uber, you're at full overheal, and you're running backwards. What? Here, I would just like, just go. And eventually he's like, oh yeah, right, cool. So, as a tip, oh, and he also gets the crit rocket reflector, saving his team. And then goes on, and they're gonna win, and that's gonna be end of the demo here. I think they're gonna capture it fairly soon, yes. So overall, there's not too much to go on because this zone was pretty short compared to the rest, but I would say just get comfortable taking damage, go in the front. Of course, there's not enough to go on here when it comes to just a play style. I'm just gonna start the demo over again because it ends there. But there's really not much to go on other than like you can switch away from Pyro when stuff like this isn't working. But other than that, I would just say get comfortable taking damage. Just keep on keeping the pressure up. Especially pay attention to when you have full overheal and like the medic's Uber and stuff, so you don't like run back at full health when you're in the front in a perfect position to just go there. But I don't think this is enough to really give a good example of what you should work on, because Dust Bowl is just such an insanely red favored map and it doesn't really reflect much because the gas passer is also extremely good here because of the narrow hallways. So I think if you played around on red, they would be way interesting to see as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. There's more coaching videos coming in the future, so if you want me to review your file or your demo like this, there will be instructions in the description showing you how to do this. So yeah, I really enjoy just doing some kind of like these coaching or demo review sessions to see what you can do. You can see like he doesn't really have much choice just because of the map it is. He's kind of forced to just run out here and just, you know, do whatever. But stuff like this, I would just say just keep burning him. There's no reason to like switch to this and do that. But yeah, one thing, like I said, focus on your health, get comfortable taking damage, test the limits, like see what can you survive, what can't you survive, and try to avoid like derpy engagements like that. If they're in flamethrower range, just burn them, and that will be a nice habit. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.